trauma bonding over fucking super donuts. Like, that shit has never been cool. That shit has never been like a good fucking tasting donuts. Like,
I've never liked them fucking donuts. I hated walking into the cafeteria and seeing them bitches in the morning.
Right. Let's start this pod off right.
The
Hurricane Katrina! Y'all know what the fuck time it is.
Here comes the hurricane, bitch. Here comes the hurricane, bitch. Here comes the hurricane, bitch. Here comes the hurricane, bitch.
It's fucking Pride Month, but
You are now tuning in.
Oh, it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month.
shit. Welcome back to the Awkward Thinking Podcast. I know we've been going for a really long time, but I'm your boy Nas, aka Stacks.
I'm Vince.
He probably forgot his cue.
I did. It's been so long. We haven't been in the studio in such a long time.
Nah,
it feels
for
like
real. It feels refreshing. Hold on. Let's finish the cue. And we are the friends you never knew you needed. All that in the bag of chips, the neighborhood widows, all that and Awkward Thinkers. Yeah. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Put all the likes in a collection pot. I put some like goals. Y'all gave me 3 instead of 20. I feel offended because I feel like, what are we doing this for? You know, what is this community building for? So make sure you drop them likes in the collection plate. What else, Vince? What should they do?
Oh, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure y'all go on our YouTube, bro. Go interact on the YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. We do got a Twitter at AWK Thinking, AWK Thinking. Follow us. Shout us out. We need a little love on there. So make sure you share us around.
Yeah. Tell them what their name is.
Some shit. AWK Thinking, nigga.
No, tell them what their name is now. Because remember, we changed it from Intruders.
Oh, yeah. I never was calling niggas Intruders.
I was. It was nice. Listen, this show is forever changing. This show is always going to be...
It's evolving.
We're still figuring this shit out. Really.
I think AWKIEs would be a good name. Like awkward, but AWKIEs, like for the viewers.
Yeah, like little Ewoks. Y'all like pitter patter on when the show comes on. Like, so y'all the AWKIEs.
Let's tap in with our AWKIEs.
You see, you made it corny.
Did I?
Tap in with our AWKIEs.
Hey, y'all, let us know what y'all think about AWKIEs.
Let us know what you think about the name, or hey, that's what y'all are here to suggest the name.
Yeah, suggest some shit. If you don't like it, come up with something better. How about that?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So you know how we have to kick off the show. Let's what we thankful for. What you been thankful for lately, man?
Peace and space and time and energy, bro. That was a lot. That's what people say right before they say some bullshit. But nah, I got like I went on vacation for like a week. That was nice. I got like 3 days in the house to myself. Yeah. Like just chilling.
Not doing nothing. Not a damn thing.
That's a lot because I've been doing shit. I've been working on the iPad. For y'all that don't know, or if y'all have seen, like I'll be drawing and shit. So like I'm working out on different stuff and trying different shit. So I've improved on some stuff. And why
are you looking at me like
that?
Like what? Look like you was like I look like I offended you or something.
How?
I don't know. You just cocked your head back. But go ahead. Finish what you're saying. You were drawing.
I think you read that today. But yeah, I've just been working on that, and so like I'm thankful for that time that I had to like work and improve on something that I like to do.
Yeah, I'm thankful for not being involved in the hype. So a lot of people like to indulge and like to run to things. Like me, I like to enjoy things. I like for it to be placed on the plate and just enjoy it bit by bit. And that's what I did this weekend. I think this week. Was it last week? Was it Memorial Day weekend? It was Memorial Day weekend.
It was the beginning of this week. Monday.
No, it wasn't. Because I finished.
It was.
Was it?
That was Monday, yeah.
I finished it on Monday?
Must have.
Well, I was watching Lovecraft Country. I posted it on my Instagram and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you didn't see it. This was so great. It needed more seasons. It needed this. Oh my gosh, you're so late. And I said, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I watched it on my time, not on y'all time. I watched it on my time. So y'all was disappointed. Y'all was in. That's what happens. That's what happens when you get involved with the hype and y'all got disappointed thinking it was going to be more. But no, it wasn't.
You feel good about yourself?
I do. Also, me personally, I didn't think it needed more seasons.
Let's wait to get into that.
Okay. But that was what I was thankful for. So let's kick off this rabbit hole of a show so I can really dive deep into what I really want to talk about, which is this Lovecraft Country shit. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, I love the whole thing.
No,
what?
Before we even get into all that, I had watched Lovecraft Country damn near 2 years ago when it first premiered. Yeah, because I was watching it as it was dropping.
It's 3 years ago, sir.
Damn near 3 years ago. Yeah, so I was watching it at that time, and at that time, I was getting everybody I knew to watch it. I'm like, yo, you gotta watch the show. The show raw as fuck. And putting everybody on.
Nah, guess who didn't fall
hateful
for
spirit ass. He ain't want to come. He ain't want to watch the show for nothing. He was like, "Nah, I'm just not gonna watch it." Like, and the show would be on, and he would be in the room, and he was still like, he had watched the episode, but he wouldn't like, "Oh, I'm gonna go in and watch the series." So, what just made you finally be like, "All right, let me go watch it"?
It was finding, like, I think I find the best shit when I don't have shit to watch. And I think it's nothing been on TV for me, like, good on TV to watch. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me just dive deep into this. Let me finally watch it. And from what I've seen, it was amazing. Like, it was from front. Like, all right, I ain't gonna lie. All right, some points, the beginning, the first episode, of course, is gonna be the first episode. So I gotta introduce a lot of things. I wasn't like, when is this shit gonna get crazy? When them little multiple eyeball shit start popping, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was like, and then it was like that every single episode. Like, nothing left. Actually, it was one episode that was like dragging, and I think it was the Nine-Tailed Fox one. It might have been that one for me.
Yeah, okay, so when I first watched that one, that was not my favorite episode. That's like the one that's more centered around his time in like Korea or something.
Yeah, the war.
Yeah, and like it wasn't my favorite. But after rewatching it, I like the episode now. Like, so now it's solidified with the rest. I think maybe what you need is a rewatch.
I can't rewatch.
You can,
no,
bro.
You
can.
can. Once it's done, it's done. I can't. I hate to like. That's like me rewatching Breaking Bad, and that's one of my favorite series. I cannot. It's just I already know what happens. So
it's not about knowing what happened. It's like the beauty is like, yes, you know what happens, but when you rewatch it, it's like you see how you get there. Like when you watch it for the first time, you going along with the story. So you like you a part of it and you experiencing it in the same time as them down there. But when you go back and you rewatch it, it's like now I'm experiencing it, but I know what's to come, and I know like. When certain things, like, it's a lot of shit, especially within the first, second, third, and fourth seasons of stuff, things get dropped, and it's like there's gems and stuff that get dropped, and you get to hear that and be like, okay, that means this is going to happen. Oh, and by him saying this, he introducing this character for a few episodes later. So, like, that's the importance of going back and rewatching. Nigga, I rewatched, Naruto, the fourth grade ninja war.
I know.
I've rewatched it like 4 or 5 times now, and like every time I learn more, and it's just little pieces in there like that you don't get for that first watch because you like, I don't know, you digesting so much at one time, and you watching it over time, so you forget a lot. You forget that a lot has happened and transpired since the first season.
Yeah, my biggest thing was with this though, like even with rewatching shit like that, I like the watching things to just get it over with. Like, all right, I did that, I accomplished it. I'm not revisiting it. So that wasn't my biggest thing.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is, but hey, you know, you move on. That's what life is about. It's about moving on, growing, prospering. That's really and truly what it's about. Even with watching TV shows and stuff like that. What else?
I kept telling you was gonna like Lovecraft Country. Though.
You did, and I will admit that I'd wound up really liking it, and I wanted so hard. Like, I was finding something to hate on this show, and I could not find shit to hate on the show. Like, everything was done like so tastefully weird, and it was just like it hit so many notes. It was like reading a book that just keeps getting fucking better. Like, the pacing of the show was so good. Like, and it was like, oh, then the father was gay. Then it's not really his father. He was whooping his ass. Then the mysterious man.
Spoiler alert.
Nigga, if you ain't watched it, it's been 3 years. What the fuck?
People don't be knowing that though. But so, what would you say your favorite? I'm sorry. Did you want to finish your point? What would you say your favorite episode was?
I think my favorite episode, it had to be the one when they went in the past to Tulsa.
Sometimes I wonder what to say to you now in the soft afternoon air as you hold us all in a single death. I say, where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? You got to.
Yeah, I think that was like a real, like, damn, it was a what if moment. Like, what if I had to, because it's so many times you would be tempted to manipulate what just transpired, and just looking at that from like a real time standpoint. I could have did this, I could have did this, because we do that in our memory banks, like, oh, I could have did this better, or and there's no way you can change it, but just being in that essence. And then even them learning that, oh, this is the book that they were hiding, they couldn't open up because it was bounded by the mother, right?
Yeah,
the mother, the grandmother,
the ancestor.
The ancestor. Let's put it like that. Yeah. So it was just so much, and then it's like just to even to talk to people at that time. You know what I mean? That would be amazing. But yeah, that was something for me to see, like the different layers of their origin stories and stuff.
I really liked that one, that episode, just because I feel like that. I don't know. To me, that was a powerful episode because it's like she's sitting there and like the lady she's burning, like as she's talking to her, she's talking to like someone who's going to carry on her legacy, her like ancestral line and stuff, and she's like giving her like their hope and everything, and she's entrusting that with her, and she's telling her like not even telling her, but just more so having enough faith in her to know, even though I'm gonna die in this moment, I won't survive this. Y'all are gonna survive this, and what y'all are gonna do with this will be so much better for us. Because they end up, going back and doing what they do, like getting the book and shit, allowed them to do so much more. Exactly. And then that shit allowed them to, spoiler alert.
Fuck them telling them niggas the spoiler alert. Fuck that. If you ain't seen this shit, it's been out for 3 fucking years, nigga. So if you haven't seen this shit, you watch it. If you're like, cut it off, cut this part off. Well, listen to the full episode. Just skip past this because we're gonna get off this. But if you haven't watched the shit, watch the shit. This shit is good. But go ahead, finish what you were saying.
But it just allowed them to basically do what they needed to do in that show. I also like the acting. Yeah. I feel like it's been so hard to get like good, genuine acting. And Letitia Scott and not Letitia Scott. That's
damn.
That's her character.
Letty.
Yeah. That's her name is Journey Smith.
I don't know her name. The light skinned girl in Rowbound.
Yeah.
Is that her? That's what
no, Journey Smollett.
I don't know.
That's her name.
Okay.
That's her name. Journey Smollett. My bad. And then what you call it? King the Conqueror dude.
Jonathan Majors. I was gonna put a joke.
And a lot of other well-known actors and everybody, but Jonathan Majors and Journey Smollett were the leading cast for that. And them niggas was acting their ass off. Like when it came to crying, like I'm a person. If it's a real emotional scene, I want to see emotion. I want to be able to feel that when I'm watching it. I want to be able to tap into that low key. I want you to convince me, like, all right, this is actually taking place.
Still your goddamn daddy! And you respect me! Get out of here! You get out! Don't you ever call me out my fucking name!
Did Mama know?
Yes.
And it's like, well, was you there? No, that was Malik.
What?
We just watched Dungeons and Dragons last night.
It was ass.
I didn't watch it from beginning, and so I was in and out of it. But there was this moment at the end where the girl, she crying, and it's like literally,
right.
And it was like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's not acting. That's not. I don't know. Like, that don't sell nothing for me. Sell me a story, motherfucker. That's why I'm here. Entertain me and give me a story that I can believe. And like, them two actors, they both did their thing throughout the whole show, making sure like you believe their performances and everything. And again, I liked how tasteful shit was. Like, I'm not a big fan of black trauma and shit. I don't like for that shit to be put in movies. And you know, put out their what they call it, like black trauma porn and shit. I don't like that. I don't like or black exploitation. I don't like that. But the writers and the directors did a great job of making sure that the people that they were bringing in for the stories got to like have a voice, kind of, and did not go out in sad ways. Like the characters, to me, it seemed like they got power from like watching that. It made me feel better about the people that the shit happened to versus feeling so much pity and shit for them.
Yeah, my thing is, and this is what I liked about it, and we can just, I don't know if we want to pivot after this, but my biggest thing with this film was more so like black people, how black people treat magic or dark magic or magic in general. Like, is this devil work? Like, it's devil work and quote unquote. But it was just like and they was like, oh well, no more white people can use magic and black people. It's just like it was a tasteful thing of what we don't associate ourselves with so much due to faith and stuff like that, because that's a big thing in black households. Is like, we don't do all that magic, like, you know, with the Harry Potter, and like, that's devil work, we don't do that. But it showed it like, hey, we have this power, we can utilize it, this helps this we can, you know, help people not get in our house from negative energies. And you know it was dope. It was all the way, it was all around, it was a dope thing.
It was.
So yeah, I do want to talk about that Jared Fogal thing, just for a little bit, that was so fucking nuts. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga was doing some crazy shit for 10 years, like from 2005 to 2000. I don't know when it started, maybe say like, let's say 2008, you know, but you don't know when
it's just wild to, I don't know, just the fact that like he was able to get into that position. And then
by luck, that was a lucky chance. And
then you get in and you get straight to kids and shit. Like,
well, for the people who don't know, Jared Fogal is the icon from Jared's the Subway nigga. He's the Subway nigga that's always been in the commercials, and he got caught being a pedophile and having that like 1,000 counts of pictures and stuff like that. Yep. And I'm just be like, bro, I don't even have that many nudes in my phone. How the fuck do you are able to get this many fucking pictures of kids, bro?
When you doing shit like that, that's more of an obsession.
Yeah.
You not just like, I don't want to say our shit is just regular, because I feel like, you know, we do have a overstimulation to porn or whatever.
Right.
But I do feel like at least our shit is like more in a consenting way.
Yeah.
Versus them, where like, I think it's the having to sneak to do the shit causes it to be more of a, I don't know, like a dopamine rush. Yeah. Like now because there's the fear of getting caught, and now there's a little bit of pleasure from that fear of getting caught. And then it's like, all right, let me amass this large amount of inventory of these things that I like to get off to, which is, it's sick. I don't know how to,
it's just nuts, because it's the like you said, it's the obsession thing with kids. Like, it's nothing. Like, I just really, not saying, oh, like what's in the mind of a pedophile, but like, as me, I'm like, it's nothing appealing about a fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing like that you can be like, oh, this is attractive. This is nothing fucking appealing about it. So it does become an obsession, because once they try to make him like that soft story, like he was bullied, he was big, and you know, no girls liked him, and now he got all this popularity, and then he's like speaking to kids. I know that nigga was foaming at the mouth when he was at them fucking
because my thing was, I'm thinking, all right, you didn't have that when you were younger, so you would think like now that you got the popularity, you would be running through all these grown ass women. Like,
yeah, that would be the.
But I think, and like I had told Nas, I think what it was, that being like turned away at such a young age, and like especially probably 3rd, 4th grade, you already knew like the options were limited. Yeah. So of course like I told Nas, I think in Jared's head, it's like, this is like what I've always wanted. Like from a kid, I've never grown out of wanting someone, and I guess that first someone was some, you know, it was a middle schooler or something. So now that you are older, it's still like you still have that strong attraction to a middle schooler, instead of you being able to be like, all right, I had like a, you know, the normal crushes in middle school. Things worked out, they didn't work out. grown up and shit, and I've, you know, had the different relationships with other people in my own age. So now that I'm an adult, I know that I want somebody my age or at least similar within my age range. Versus with his situation, it's like you stun it, like, cause you got, I don't know, you got blocked in middle school. So now,
like, why are you just trying to? That was, I didn't really feel no sympathy when she was like, oh, and he's a monster, and this, because you just wanted to make your career go even more up, you know. So I didn't really care for that. If you really cared, you would have, you know, went further. But
I agree. You know, speaking about the acting shit, let's also talk about music.
Okay.
And like just different quality and shit. Like I don't feel like we've been getting any good music. I have not heard good music within the last few years. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, we run into this conversation multiple times with Vincent, and Vincent doesn't like raunchy music from the mass media. I would say this. I was listening to Stand today by Eminem, and it was so amazing because it's like different elements of music. It's the sound effects. It's the taking you on a storytelling. And necessarily, like, I'm not listening to Stand in the club because you do need club music to dance to and make you feel good and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm overstimulated with too much feel good in the club music. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. It's way too much.
What feel good club music? I have not heard no good.
I'm not. You're thinking of like positivity music, but I'm saying like it's too much club music being filtered out into like regular. Like I know Lil Durk just got that song with J. Cole. It reminds me of when Nas was like, I know I am. Like that is I never liked those songs. Even as a kid, I hated those type of. Yes, that was the worst song to me. But yeah, like I think today's like it's just like Kendrick does a great thing. Like I've listened to Kendrick's album like front to fucking back, and I learned so many new. Like I've been listening to United in Grief, and that song is just like, you know, it's different elements to that song. He's talking about, you know, I guess his grieving process and stuff and what he's been through certain days. But as I'm listening to it, I'm like, yo, this that same flow Safari had. Like when he was like, and Charlamagne was like, nah, that ain't it. But I'm like, this is like, but he does that, and I'm like, it was something I ain't really peeped, but just because Kendrick doing it sounds cool, but when Safari did it sounded like that. But going back to it, I'm saying like I think Kendrick is doing good. I've like his body of work. I like what he's doing with music. I know it's fun and it's still detailed to have some things. I'm kind of falling off the Drake bandwagon. I'm not gonna lie. The raunchy music is still near and dear to my heart.
I don't knock. The thing is, I don't knock none of that music, but I just remember a time growing up where it was like you had good music that you could steadily play, and then you could add in the raunchy music if you wanted to, or for those settings. But it's like the fucking raunchy music taking over, and it's like I can't find shit good at all.
Who do you think pioneered and ruined it? Because I went off on one and said Soulja Boy ruined music.
I don't think Soulja Boy ruined music.
In the aspect of it was how quick it was being made. Like, and how simple it was. That's what I was thinking. Like, Soulja Boy ruined music for how people consume, like let's say like Dunk. She got a dunk. Like shit like that, and then somebody can redo that in X, Y, and Z. So I feel like, I'm not saying like he's ruined the whole, you know, because Soulja Boy has made good quality music for his range of sound, but I'm just saying that quick, fast, hurry music has transformed and evolved to what I feel like we have today. So all the good shit, nobody gets recognized for it, really.
I don't know, because I would say music started falling off sometime after 2014.
I would. Are you talking about like that Lil Uzi era, like 2016?
You know, I'm not a big Uzi fan, but music like that I'm not a fan of. So I would say them niggas. Yeah, it was them niggas where music started falling off at.
And you know, nobody liked that year, and then they're like so prominent in the game right now. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a devil's advocate on this topic because I still do enjoy the music that's being put out. Do I think it's well produced? No, I think some people have good verses and good beats, and that's what it is.
But I don't hear no music where it's like it's thought put into it. It's no music where somebody sat down and was like, all right, let me think about this album. Let me think about the story that I'm trying to tell. And like I get tired of hearing white people music. Like, that's all I mean, I'm not saying they the only ones who put in good quality music, but for the sounds that I like, they are the only ones who have been putting out. And those, when I say those people, I just mean like Adele, damn near just Adele right now. She and maybe some other person, like one or two other people for the sound that I really like. And I am looking for black artists who, like Alicia Keys. That's one of my favorite artists. I love Alicia.
Okay,
Alicia,
right. I ain't got nothing for you.
Alicia got a great ass sound, and I like her sound. I'm looking for artists who have that sound. I'm trying to get into more neo soul music too. Like I like neo soul, or I'm finding out that I like neo soul. I'm just looking for something where nobody didn't throw it together in 20, 30 minutes just to get a bunch of replays. And I understand. I understand that that's what the game is now. That's like, niggas is just trying to make money. Nobody's trying to make music anymore.
Yeah.
So I understand, like, all right, it's either you put out a song that people go fuck with or it's not. But I have not heard music in such a long time.
You know, I've been listening to a lot of stylistics, and I've been listening to a lot of stylistic Stevie Wonders. And the reason why, and it goes back to why we didn't have an episode. So I went to a funeral, and while Vince was out. Like we just was out, you know. We needed some time away. We needed a break, y'all. So I went to a funeral and I was listening. We driving to the joint, to the funeral, of course, and I listened to Sherry Moore. Like my mom's playing it, like as we're driving to it, and it was so beautiful. In that moment, it was so beautiful. Just listening to the instruments, not necessarily the words, but just the instruments of it. And then as we're driving through Philly, I'm seeing like different parts of my, like literally, it felt like I'm envisioning my whole childhood. This way I was there, and this way I was there. And then we turn this corner, and then I see nothing but black suits, gray, this and this and that. And then it's like that small sliver, because it was the church that was next to our old block. So it was that block that we was in her house and stuff like that. So but it was just like going there, it was in hearing that song. Now that song is now associated with that day, but it's not necessarily like, oh, it was a gloomy doomsday. It was just like, this is such a beautiful song, and I'm enjoying the memories and the life of a person that I love dearly and near to my heart. So it was just like, this song fits the soundtrack of life right now. So that's what I was like into, like what I'm into right now.
Music hit different depending on like where you at and like your state of mind, and I feel like if shit my bad, I feel like in your state of mind and your state of emotion, like depending on where you at, that's how the music is gonna make you feel. Because it's some shit I listen to all the time where I like play through on my phone, like I go skip over it and shit, won't listen to it at all, and then out of nowhere I just listen to it and I'm like, damn, I hear this. Yeah. Or even like songs that I listen to every single day, and then one day I finally hear the song and I'm like hearing what it's actually saying and what it's conveying, because it's like you can feel it. And like that's what it is like with some Adele songs. Not even just Adele, but even Life Jennings. I grew up listening to Life Jennings, but I was like selective with my songs and shit. Bitch,
I hate Life Jennings. So I hate that not gay. That gangster R&B era. Like what's that other one where the nigga had the braids and he was talking about his woman? I just was listening to that shit. Basically he was treating his woman bad. It was another one that would just sound like just like Life Jennings. I forget his fucking name. But I hate gangster, like, we were supposed to be together.
Life Jennings, all his music got like a message in it, or it's like a story being told, and it's just like, the nigga make good music. And I feel like that's what music is supposed to be. It's like it reflects your life, but it does not have to be embellished to the point where it's like, I ain't got to rap about killing a motherfucker to tell you I've been through the shit.
But I'm about to hit this button. We don't have any petty politics for y'all niggas today. But, you know, we back in rotation, baby.
Yep.
So we going to have some next week, or send some to us so we can talk about, like, oh, I seen this, X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to hit this button so we can...
Shout out to our AWKIE.
Shout out to the AWKIE, man.
Yeah. If y'all not fucking with the name, let us know. If y'all not, let us know.
It's about that time where we give you a positive message to get through the week. You like how I did that. Vince, what is your positive message to get through the week? Go ahead.
What is my positive message? I don't know. You go first. I always go first.
My positive message to get through the week. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's just like shit. I've been going through a little identity mood crisis and stuff like that, and I've been seeing a lot of things that I'm like, oh wow, I needed that. And I was listening to a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark.
I listened to that.
Yeah, and it was and what spoke out to me the most, it was the negative. It was like negative, I'm going to say affirmations because I don't know best word. Negative affirmations work better than positive affirmations. And it sounds so crazy to that, but it was more so saying to the fact of you're so worried about being perfect that you're neglecting what's good about you. And that's what the positive, like you need to work harder, you need to do this, but the tools that you already are equipped with, you need to sharpen those. So I think that was like the biggest thing that spoke out to me from that book. But yeah.
That's cute. I love that for you.
Thank you. Thank you. You don't have nothing?
What was I about to say? Maybe, you in a fucked up situation today and shit. Like, maybe you down or, like, shit just ain't good for you right now. But, nigga, it's like Glorilla said, it's always a tomorrow. For real. It's always it's always a tomorrow, bro. Like, it's always another day for you. And that another day is another opportunity for you to change things and make shit the way that you want it to be. And again, like I've said before, start doing shit today for the you of tomorrow. If you do shit now and prep right now, it'll be so much easier for you in 3 months to be able to go and get that certification or go and get that little diploma, whatever you need or experience or whatever that you need. Do it now and start preparing yourself for it later on.
Yeah. And also, again, happy Pride Month for the LG.
Looking for some guests.
We looking for some guests for the Pride Month. So I know.
What's some shit y'all want to talk about? Like, let us know right now.
Exactly.
Like, what y'all is Pride Month? What y'all niggas want to talk about? What y'all want to see us talk about?
Exactly.
What y'all think? Like, I don't know. It's because y'all beefing with who during this month?
Who they beefing?
They
with?
beefing with somebody. White man, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the white man was upset that it's Pride Month.
Oh, who cares?
Why do gay people get a month of celebration? And they was like and veterans only get 1 day. They was like, nigga, May is military month. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Pride Month. Go ahead, bust that pussy open for your lover. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the new letters. There's new letters on there. It's like 2.
What new letters?
It's new.
Some new letters?
It's a lot.
My God.
I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot.
Them motherfuckers gonna have to
It's the alphabet. I mean, the alphabet. They call
the
themselves
alphabet community.
Yeah, the alphabet community. They do say.
Oh
that.
no, that's Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
We love y'all.
Oh, also, hold on. I got two things before we go because we really gotta go. Donell Rawlings, I see why the fuck Dave Chappelle. I mean, not Dave Chappelle. I see why the fuck Charlamagne be on your fucking ass, nigga. We tried to go to your little fucking fun day shit, and we looked at the newsletter. The whole times were off. For like he had something in Yellow Springs, the times of the newsletter. We had to go on the Yellow Springs official site to know what the fucking thing was. So, nigga, I wanted to play kickball, but you had the wrong times on your website. So if you ever see this shit, I need free tickets to something because I wasted my time. I got up early. I was ready. I had my whole outfit to kick some asses to kickball. And 2, stop trauma bonding over fucking super donuts. Like, that shit has never been cool. That shit has never been like a good fucking tasting donuts. Like,
I've never liked them fucking donuts. I hated walking into the cafeteria and seeing them bitches in the morning. I never liked super donuts, bro. Them thick ass donuts, and they was always cold. Who want a fucking cold donut? A thick ass cold donut. It was condensed as fuck.
Right, that wheat don't like it's a wheat.
And you
donut.
gotta drink something with that, because if you don't, you go fucking choke. That's worse than a Popeye's biscuit. That motherfucker is like glue going down. I don't know how motherfuckers do that. You gotta have a slippery throat to eat one of them motherfuckers.
Shout out to our roommate. He eats them on the daily. So shout out to Chad. You know, he doesn't get a lot of fucking love.
Fuck
on this
that
pod.
bitch.
He does. Fuck CJ. Yeah, fuck CJ.
Fuck him.
But with that being said, I'm Nas.
I'm Vince.
Thank you for being awkward with us. See you next week.
Shout out to the AWKIE.
Shout out to the AWKIE, man.